Hi, Reggie back speaking about healing America's narratives, the feminine, the masculine, and our collective national shadow. What I'd like to do is continue with the thread on the developmental perspective that is us or group centric. We've been speaking about this for several episodes now. And just to cut to the chase, I use a number of Doug Anderson's poems in the book, in Healing America's Narratives. Doug was I met him in 1996. He was facilitating, he's one of the facilitators in a workshop entitled Poetry and the Political Imagination. And I was fortunate enough to be in his group, and he helped me with my own views of poetry and my own writing back then. And I haven't seen him in some years, but he's a wonderful teacher, writer, poet, and Vietnam veteran. He was a Marine Corps corpsman on the ground I think in 67, 68 in Vietnam. So I want to share one of his poems, which appears in my book. And the poem is entitled Same Old, and it really captures what I spoke about in the last episode, this idea of us-centrism and repeating the same things over and over again. So this is Doug Anderson's Same Old. It's actually from his book, Horse Medicine, which was published in 2015. So same old. On radio watch, I'd see tracers floating above the horizon, arc light in the mountains, and then seconds later, the rumble, all far away. I'd be grateful to not be way over there, mosquitoes my near and only enemy. But next noon, when we were in it and there was no night for cover, face down in a dry paddy with mortars walking in and the crossfire of two snipers pinning us flat in the heat, our artillery taking its time, and somebody shouting, "Corpsman up," me getting up to run and maybe die. There's no poetry in that, only the immediate choking fear. Came home to a country that watched the war on TV at dinner. No one put down their forks. It was all in a box, an electronic terrarium for detached observation. These same folks, or their children, just keep on voting in the clowns who'd happily make us die over and over again. The teenage fools who buy the snake oil one more time. I could get a resentment over this, but no one would listen, leastwise the ones fattening on the war. Always a war somewhere, and underneath the crack of rifles, the sound of money sliding down the chute, and the whimpering of mothers over here, over there. I'm going to read those last four lines again. Always a war somewhere, and underneath the crack of rifles, the sound of money sliding down the chute, and the whimpering of mothers over here, over there. So I just dedicate that brief reading of Doug's poem to Palestinian and Israeli civilians who would prefer not to be at the effect of those who participate, promote, and otherwise endorse terrorism and war. All right, thank you for listening.